Hi, I'm Will from E3D, and in this video we'll show you how to upgrade your PRUSA Mark III with a Revo 6 hot end. If you want to get more information about Revo 6, you should head over to our website, e3d-online.com.
Feel free to follow along with this video as you upgrade your own machine, but for the most up-to-date information, you should refer to our written instructions which are available from our help centre. We provided a link in the description.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date with all the upgrade guides, product launches and more. Let's get started.
First, move your extruder to roughly the centre of the bed and around 100mm above your build plate. This will give you easier access to the hot end. Unload any filament that might be in the extruder, wait for the hot end to cool, and then turn off the machine.
So we're going to open the box and take out the Revo 6 and the extension cables.
You can remove the fan from the Revo 6 as you won't be needing it. Start by removing the two screws holding the part cooling fan in place. Put the screws somewhere for safekeeping, you'll be needing them later. Take the fan out of the shroud. To avoid putting strain on the fragile fan wires, you can tuck it between the rod and the belt. Remove the two screws on the right hand side of the heatsink fan, starting with the top one, then take off the fan shroud. Now remove the two screws holding the front of the extruder body. The one alongside the fan arm is a little awkward to reach, but with the screws removed you can carefully take off the casing.
You should now have the heatsink exposed, but we still need access to the groove mount so we can remove it.
Turn around your PRUSA so that you have access to the back of the extruder. Remove the two screws closest to the top of the extruder and carefully take off the cover. Make sure to support the motor as you do this to avoid straining the wires. Pull the motor far enough out so that you can take out your V6. With the V6 loose, cut the cable ties at the back of the extruder and place your hot end onto the print bed for now. Now remove the tube from your V6. You need to remove the collet clip and press down on the collet as you remove it.
If the PTFE tube still looks good, you can reuse it to save you having to recut the conical entrance.
You should measure the stick out on your old V6 to determine the length you need. The length varies between versions of the PRUSA i3, so it's good practice to check yours. If you're using a PRUSA Mark III S Plus, it should be about 10mm. So place the Bowden tube into the Revo 6. The tube needs to be trimmed so that it matches the stick out on your V6. Use the measurement you just took to mark a line on the tube. Remove the tube and then make the cut. The tube needs to be cut as straight as possible. Using a cutting guide like this one can help. You can pass some filament through the tube after the cut to make sure it's not squashed. Now create a conical entrance at the end of the tube. This is easiest with the 3.5 or 4mm drill bit if you have one. If you don't have a drill bit, you can carefully use a knife like so. Make sure to clear the tube of any PTFE shavings you might have created, as these could lead to a blockage. Put the tube into Revo 6 and remember to reattach the collet clip. Pull the motor away from the casing and slot the Revo 6 into place. It can be a little fiddly to get the PTFE tube in the right place. Check that the PTFE tube isn't touching the extruder gears. If it is, remove it and trim down slightly. Don't forget to make the conical entrance again if you trim it down. Spin the hot end so the wires are coming out of the back of the extruder. Leave them like this for now, you can secure them later. Carefully reposition the motor part of the assembly and secure with two 40mm screws. Tighten this fully. Use the remaining 40mm screws to reattach the front of the extruder which covers the hot end. Resecure the fan shroud and heatsink fan next. The top screw is 14mm in length and the bottom is 20mm. You should have two 20mm screws remaining. Use these to attach the part cooling fan. Now that you've got your assembly finished, you just need to swap over the heater and thermistor wires. First, unscrew the bolt from the side of the case and open up the mainboard housing. Also remove the two bolts clamping the wiring sleeve in place at the top of the case. Now look inside the case and identify where your heater and thermistor wires are plugged in. Leaving the heater and thermistor plugged in, carefully remove just the V6 thermistor and heater wires from the sleeve. Try to leave the rest of the wires inside the loom as you do this. Now unplug the whole heater terminal from the board. Also unplug the thermistor. You need to press on the small tab on the side of the connector to remove it. This can be a little fiddly. Find your thermistor and heater extension cables, they're included with your Revo 6, and plug them in like this. The red striped white cable is the heater, the plain white cable is the thermistor. Now route the new extension cables through the wiring sleeve all the way to the mainboard housing. You can use a finger or thumb to help press the cables into the sleeve as you go. Take your time with this as it can be fiddly. Once the cables are in the sleeve, unscrew the V6 heater from the terminal and then screw in the Revo 6 heater, which is black with red ferrules. Heaters don't have polarity, so don't worry about getting the wires the wrong way round. Then plug the terminal back into the board. Next, plug your thermistor extension cable, which is white with light blue streaks, into the board from where you've just removed the V6 thermistor. Once again, the thermistor doesn't have a polarity, so it can be plugged in either way around. Use cable ties to tidy up the excess cable around the mainboard. Also use cable ties to secure the loose heater and thermistor wires at the extruder. You can now secure the housing door with a 40mm screw. Plug in, turn on the printer. Go to Calibration on the on-screen menu. Scroll down until you find PID Calibration and then click on it. You need to select which temperature to tune at. At E3D, we recommend you PID tune for a temperature that you will be most commonly printing at. If you plan to print mostly PLA, PID tuning at 200 degrees should give you good results. However, if you plan to print at a wider range of temperatures, let's say between 200 and 280 degrees, you may want to PID tune at 240 to limit potential inaccuracy. Be aware that when heating up your Revo for the first time, you may notice small amounts of smoke coming from the nozzle. This is just residue burning off and is nothing to worry about. Wait for the PID tune to finish. The last step is to make sure the nozzle is at the correct height for a perfect first layer. Revo 6 is designed to be an identical height to the V6 that was previously installed. However, it's good practice to recalibrate Z, because even a tiny amount of variation could cause the nozzle to scrape the bed. Load some filament into the machine as you normally would. Go to Calibration, First Layer Calibration, click Start from 0. Now live adjust Z until you have your perfect first layer. That's it, you're all done and ready to start printing again.
Did you find the video helpful? Let us know by leaving a comment or liking the video. And why not suggest some upgrade guides you'd like to see in the future? Thanks for watching.